Welcome back. So we're on the final step of our drawing of a dog's eye, and in this video we're going to be drawing in the fur, this white patch of fur here right on top of the eye. And this one can be a bit tricky. I struggled with it for a long time, but I'm going to show you a really cool trick to drawing it really easily. And then after that we're pretty much done, and then we're going to be putting the finishing touches on our drawing and refining everything to make it look really sharp. Okay, so to begin, I'm going to take my HB pencil and let's look at the reference photo for a bit here. So here we can see that this patch of fur is pretty much white, save for a few light tone in the middle of it here and there. It's pretty much white, so we can't really draw it in directly. What we need to do is draw in the background, this gray tone in the background here, and then use that to pick out the highlights and then create the suggestion of this patch of fur. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to take my HB pencil, and once again holding it flat against the paper, I'm going to draw in the background to create the outline of that white patch of fur. So I'm going to keep my touch very light. And I basically just want to create a nice even gray tone in the general shape of that patch of fur. Doesn't have to be super precise. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. Now that I have the tone laid in, I'm going to take my kneaded eraser and form a sharp edge. And just like before, we're going to pick out the highlights by creating these thin stripes. Okay, so once we created those stripes, I'm going to take my mechanical pencil and go back in and refine them, make them pop, and also make them look sharper, because some of these stripes are rather blunt when I put them in with the eraser. So I want to make them a little bit more pointy. Okay, so now we're going to take the HB pencil and we're going to put in some very light suggestive tone here, because in truth this portion of hair is not purely white. There's some gray tone in there, so we're going to just add them in. And I might have to turn the paper here just a tad bit. So again, keeping my pencil flat to the page, I'm putting in these very light fur-like strokes. And I'll even take the tortillon and put in some light blending. Okay, and one more time, I'll take the kneaded eraser. And be careful you don't erase out these whisker like hair we put in before. Alright, and take the mechanical pencil. And I'll add in a few gray tone here and there. Okay, so that's the white patch of fur, and we can even put in, you know, you can always go back and forth and retouch it as much as you want, but that's basically the gist of it. Next, we're going to refine this area of the eye a little bit more. So in the reference, we can see that this portion, well, you can't see in this reference. Let me use this one. Okay, so in this one, you can see that there's some fuzziness, some hair protruding into this upper portion of the eye. And in the drawing, it's a little bit smooth, so we want to fix that. And we are going to fix it with the kneaded eraser. I'll take the sharp edge again, the trusty sharp edge, and I'm going to mark it in like this, and then also the other side as well. So okay, so already you can see that that adds a very nice fuzzy effect to it. And now again, I'm going to take my mechanical pencil and refine some of that. And I'm also going to add some darker tone in this portion here to make it match the reference. So now let's move on to this portion over here. Looking at the drawing as a whole, there's a whole lot going on in all these three corners and not a whole lot going on in this corner, so it looks a little bit out of balance. So I want to fill in this section here a little bit. So I will take my HB pencil and let's see, looking back at the reference, we can see that, yeah, that's definitely more tone on this portion of the face. And we have an effect where there's dark hair right around this region, and then as it goes out it gets slightly lighter. So let's fill in more fur in that area. Okay, I'm just gonna take the pencil and extend some of this hair out, and I want to keep it light though. Okay, that looks a lot better, a lot more balanced. So now I'm gonna also add a little bit more tone up here to have that nice transition from dark to light. Okay, and I'll take my mechanical pencil and add in some texture. And every once in a while I'll let a stroke go out into the light area. Okay, and I'm sort of just putting in this short ring of dark tone with these short pencil stroke here, right underneath this gray tone. So we have the highlight, the gray tone, and then this dark ring that I'm trying to put in. And that's gonna help make this area looks like it's protruding even more. And in the reference, this area is a little bit darker, so I'll reflect that. Alright, so now we are very much in the refining process, and here we're just gonna look at back and forth between the reference, add in tiny details that no one will probably notice, but overall it's going to make a big difference to the drawing, like what I'm doing here, just taking my pencil and just kind of creating little tiny ray-like strokes on the outer portion of the eye. And yeah, this process really can go on forever. You can spend hours and hours refining a photo. So I just want to show you a little bit of what it looks like. Let's see. Looking at the reference, I noticed that this portion here, it's a little bit dark compared to what's in the reference. So I'll take a Tortillon and very lightly, because it looks so nice, this little contrast highlighted spot here. So I don't want to lose that, but I will take the Tortillon and put in a very light layer of tone in there. Okay. And I still want to keep this part that's closest to the eye somewhat light, somewhat bright. So I'll have this area here be a little bit darker. Okay, so that's pretty much the whole process. We actually saw a lot of different examples in this drawing exercise. We saw how to draw the eye and made it look glassy and orb-like. We discussed a little bit of the 5 elements of shading and how to create dimension using it, and also we learned how to draw fur, both dark fur and light fur. So I hope you learned a lot, and one of the takeaway I want you to remember is that when drawing fur, the real magic really happens when you put the needed eraser to it and pick out those highlights and then refine it with your mechanical pencil, because that's when the fur starts to really come together and look really realistic. So I hope you like it. Go ahead and draw in this section of fur for your drawing, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this video. And if you'd like to learn more about drawing animal portraits, please check out my brand new home study course on how to draw animal portraits. In it, you'll learn all the techniques for drawing fur and all the parts of an animal portrait, and by the end of the course, you will have drawn a complete animal portrait from start to finish, just like this one here. So to learn more about this course, please just click on the link right below this video. And as always, for more free lessons and tutorials, please visit mydrawingtutorials.com. Thank you and happy drawing!